This is, you know, the K'Sante can tank a lot of that engage from the Arivi, has a decent matchup into the Jace, and now you have two nice frontline options with the Bruiser and the Pantheon, and the carries of the
qualify G2 immediately to playoffs. No more worrying about tiebreaker scenarios. Instead, you can worry about seeding and where you'll finish in that regard.
You always have that one-shot win condition. Ooh, that's Caps here.
Finding out firsthand what I can do. Instant combo. They just point and click him. And Caps is on that ult is going to be up pretty damn fast.
Genex might be in trouble here with Skewmond looking to ulti.
Perhaps Genex trying to get tricky. LeBron on the way, but he's not even needed. The wall is blocking him off. He is just spectating. He just showed up to watch a jungle mid tag team on the top side.
And this is that power of the Pantheon Talia. Utilizing both ultimates, they're able to take down Genex. And I thought maybe SK could hover him to provide some safety so he could catch this top wave, but they don't.
Or they're ganking junglers and they never farm a camp, and he's managed to thread that needle so well.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why that hype, that reputation of being this promising rookie feels so well deserved, but need to see if he can transition that now as he may be caught out. Nice initial setup. Wall coming in as Genex goes down a blast, but it's hitting Hansama on the backside. Luffy not certain if they can follow. Meantime, it's just Bukata getting deleted. Watching Reeker pull off a successful play, but G2 immediately mirror it and now make a play of their own, punishing SK again for trying to force in the river. As Broken Blade walking face first to Kadui. Oh, that's rough. Tower aggro resets. The might is there. Q flash forward, gets the proc. Pathmaker's his way out. Broken Blade making it clean.
And that's the K'Sante moment right there as he takes down Kadui. Genax is able to pick up in both towers. Skewmond looking for Reeker.
Reeker, charm, initial burst. Aegis Assault still there, though, to block follow-up damage. Skewmond manages to sidestep. Now the ult is finally there, but it's a little bit too late. Loopy retreating, trying to protect the team. Bukata in the midst of the fight. Gatling gun poking a bit for Kadui off to the side, but he doesn't do any damage! Broken Blade just getting tickled by this Corki! Now maybe he can escape. Q3 ready to go. Charm, they have so much CC. Now going unstoppable. Pathmaker, such a balanced ability, but SK have the damage to get that one done. And 1,000 in their favor. Gaining a bit of confidence here as they push into mid lane. Lebrov and Luffy trading blows. Otacon now spawning on the top side as the Herald does get summoned. Mid lane likely to break, and this is big if G2 can get the necessary damage down, and they will.
And Otacon being up as well. G2 might just look to pivot into it. But they're taking some poke here. Hurting them out.
Loopy, the flash over the Alistair! It's clean! Bukata now falling up, but Hansama off onto the backside of the fight. Skewmond desperately trying to escape. Ulti out from Hansama. He's still living for an extra second, but Bukata finds the kill. Genex now involved as well. The Jace hitting hard. 2 dashes left for Reeker. Ready to follow, ready to go over the wall. Charm not gonna connect. Nice sidestep from Broken Blade. That's the clean footwork. SK backing away.
They could have done more, but it's still 2 kills onto G2.
Look back good. Genex is dead.
Hey, Genex!
Woo! And that's a caster curse, folks. We praised them. They had a great fight, and it immediately starts to crumble. Although Broken Blade getting chunked out here.
Loopy is moving.
2-item Reeker. They can eventually kill him. I just don't know if they have enough time.
Oh,
be ready.
Is ulting in there.
Reeker now dashing out. Loopy might be the one in trouble. Caps versus Kadui off to the side. Loopy now frontlining. Reeker backstepping to give his support a way to escape. Caps going golden for a second. Lebrov ready to go over the wall. Lebrov fighting an initial engage. Again, just getting dashed around, trying to use the minion to escape. Kadui already down. Traded for Lebrov, so positive for G2 in the end.
And G2 has
some... Broken Blade continuing to push bottom side. Armor penetration second, good for Genex, but he still just needs too much friggin' time bot lane, and he doesn't have good info on G2, so he's forced to back away from the tier 1. As Reeker, again, fishing, good reaction on the Aegis Assault. Follow-up knockup, not going to connect, and now it's Loopy who's been pushed away, forced to ult a bit early as Caps. Waiting over the wall, just in the pit. No ulti, Q3 ready for Broken Blade, looking for the pullback, but it won't connect. Some poke from Genex, but not a ton. Drake getting lower. Both teams tied at 2-2. Not much of a fight here.
The teleport.
This tower is living. It will finally die. The minions. SK didn't want to steal the credit. Didn't want to steal the glory. Minions will finish that one. Bukata.
Reeker pushing up top here as well. So they're able to get now 2 towers, mid and top tower, with Broken Blade being forced to base. Although G2 get full Nash control in return.
Yeah. And we are approaching a 3-item Talia. A 3rd item for Pantheon as well. He's going to start to feel unkillable, assuming that is the Unending Despair. And IE for Hansama. The question remains, you brought it up earlier, so I'll remind people,
can he auto-attack?
Can he auto-attack?
Yeah. We'll see. I think it's a hard game to auto-attack. I also think Zonius would be really poggers.
It
it is really poggers.
Why Riot and Zion? Hold that thought. Aegis Assault goes in. Reaper looks to the fall. LeBron now trying to disengage. Decent damage in. Skumon is forced away from the fight briefly, but Kadui now locked up, and G2 has way better follow-up damage. The flick back not going to connect. Kadui burning down to the Ignite. LeBron's grabbing that kill, and Caps now on the chase is Hansama. A killer instinct, determined to find it. Flash forward, flick back once again will not work, but Hansama,
He can auto-attack, baby! He's auto-attacking left and right with the Ghost! My goodness, Hansama getting damage in, and you love to see it. But SK, we're full sending it on a Pantheon.
You can see here how
I thought for sure they would look to send it on to Caps or Hansama always, but they try to burst down Skumon, but he flashes out, and it's a great flash from Lebrov to knock up Kadui, then stun him right after, and then Hansama, he goes God mode, dashes the Reeker Charm, gets 3-4 auto attacks in, does a ton of damage. Beautiful.
good stuff.
It's the big late game scaler. Jace
Can hit like a truck if we get later, but it's only going to get harder to play this game because Hansama, with this kind of lead, gets to sit back and take his time as Broken Blade feels pretty unkillable. Alright, does true damage, but the only truth is she did.
Yeah, he feels pretty unkillable. He looks
I do.
pretty...
This is. It,
You do feel.
I don't. Yeah, but you said you have to. I mean, I don't
You
have
might
to.
have to.
I might have to. It's probably correct to feel that way.
You might be
although
compelled.
I'm certainly compelled to feel that way. Hansama and G2 walking in.
Baron down as well, of course, in the previous exchange. So it's only... They get the double
you can
super flash. You could just lose the game right here. Midway pushing in with supers already for G2. Broken Blade off to the side. Again, relatively unkillable. On the flank, nothing that SK can do. They need to try and find an angle. Caps now on a killing spree. LeBron going in, finds the two-man fall from Skumon there. Hansama charmed for a second, but now he just gets to rain hell down on those backliners. SK wanted a third Drake. It was not a good choice.
And G2 showing why they're still a top team. Roadshow be damned as they take down all of SK, and they're taking down the Nexus alongside it.
Impressive stuff. Early game, the lead for Gen X didn't end up mattering. The counter pick for bottom lane did not end up mattering. G2 weathered that storm, found better plays, found better fights.
Now Skumon and Hansama. Skumon building that individual lead, and Hansama great team fighting that really brought it home for G2, taking the series one.
Being this incredibly dominant lane bully, but she's also that champion that we've seen, usually when paired with an enchanter, lose a flash and then the entire game kind of falls apart.
Yeah, I think Braum provides a lot more of that stability. Generate a CS lead on mid. Overall, despite the bot lane being quite a disaster with Caitlyn getting the early BF sword. And
Still will need to respect. Oh, but it's Broken Blade and Skumon coming from behind. The Drake might go down, but how much is it going to cost SK? Loopy off to the side. Hex Flash. Forward in, Shattering Strike still available. Hansama tries to flash out, he cleanses, but it's a little bit too late. Gen X now following, Wind becomes Lightning. Hansama still standing, flash over the wall, not enough. First Blood coming through, LeBron will barely be able to escape. 300 gold lead. Luker backing away, Loopy overstayed a bit. Stunned there from the concussive blows. Yep, another goes through. They're gonna donate the kill over to Hansama.
it's one of the classic problems.
It's a bit desynced though. They need Kadui in the area to go lay down the ultimate. Broken Blade slowly walking away, going in onto Reeker. Lockup is there. Good counter strike going through as well. Flash out from Broken Blade. It's not going to be enough. Kill finish. Kadui grabbing it. Well executed by SK.
And G2, because they decided to try to move to the
Despite not participating in the one kill. There's only one kill. Okay, it undermines the point. But point is, Caps just continuing to scale up, getting the time that he needs to farm on a side lane where Broken Blade and LeBron might be trouble here bottom lane. Leap through, gets a bit of CC down. Reeker tanking the tower, a bit unfortunate. Kadui now locked up Bukata on the way in. Repeated dives coming in. Reeker free to fire. Wind becoming lightning. Reeker getting out. Ulti goes in from Hansama to clean up one though. But SK getting two.
It's a 2-for-1 for SK, but G2, crucially, are able to siege up this top tower with the Rift Herald and get a tier 2 for Caps here, slowly building this gold lead for him, funneling him more. But he has no TP.
Also Hex Tech. G2 on the way in.
G2 are 3 versus 5 right now. Broken Blade is far and Caps is still very far away.
Trap onto Gen X is okay. I guess they just believe in Skumon to steal, but Loopy's gonna go in and try to start the fight, instantly locking him down the clone of the web, but Skumon's already dead! Perfect combo! The confidence we waited 30 minutes for in game 1 has come full force here in game 2.
And this misplace of tempo from the G2 solo laners. as Rico tries to ult the end, but it doesn't end up making anything. But it's Caps trying to push out this top side. Oh, but G2 want to continue fighting here. SK Genex going in.
Lightning off to the side, still standing tall. Hansama on the way in. Caps doing decent damage. The fall from Bukata is lethal though. Kadui ready to go over the wall if he needs to. Flash in onto Hansama. Kadui unleashing. Double guns going through, but Broken Blade still stands for a second. SK get the fight. They just keep winning out.
And G2's in road shows. What is happening to them as they're just falling apart at the sea?
And right now, Kadui's got to run for his life. Skewbot going in. That MF is probably just dead. Every time we have a... Okay, just for the record, every time we go to a replay of SK doing anything good, we come out of a replay of one of their members getting caught.
True.
Every time.
At least Skewbot had to burn the flash, but Kadui there not having the flash of his own.
Not great. But I will say, we came into draft. First 3 picks for G2. Skewbot doing pretty well on the Wukong so far, but
you have an easy to execute win condition. The easiest way to throw this game is you start Atakan, or you get caught.
Right here. Okay, Caps does hit like a... Kadui, how did he get the left cone? The edge! Oh, Caitlin's got his eyes in his sight! That pirate is dead, girl walking!
No! SK!
We've never caster cursed a team more than we have caster cursed this team. My God. G2 immediately going to get Otacon. The blast cone angle was wrong. They failed geometry. They failed trigonometry. It just did not work.
On the bright side for SK.
Stop bright-siding me! That was bad! That was terrible! They can't afford
They're
me!
able to get the mid tower. Kadui is spawning for the Drake. They should be able to get control of this bot side.
TPing instead. Covering bot wave. SK fighting from the bottom side of the map. G2 fighting through mid.
Caps taking an aggressive
Caps going
portal air.
over the wall, but it is okay. Range of the portal does allow him to arrive into relative safety.
Loopy's off to a flank. Has the flash.
Fishing. Not going to walk into the vision. Looks like will be spotted there in a moment. G2 backing off.
It's on the pink ward.
SK, do they want to flip it? Going back to the team. Broken Blade moves to cover. Loopy taking decent damage. Bukata falling up on the Caps. Trying to get the easy out of the fight. He's almost going to get one shot, but not quite. Caps going back in. The bomber! Caps, but he goes golden. He buys a second, and Loopy might already be dead in the meantime. It might not matter. The Drake going down. G2 get it. Despite the knockback, it's like Caps being on the bleeding edge. G2 take the fight.
And it looks so great for SK in the beginning, but it's G2. They get absolutely everything. They get 4 kills. They get the dragon, and they are sniffing out all of SK's hopes in this game, one at a time. SK get the initial engage, but it's just not enough.
Finish the job, but it's the difference of shielding.
The Bomba puts Jax with the Counter-Strike on the heads of SK's carries, as Broken Blade is.
Okay. And the flash. Oh God. Okay,
let's never praise the team again.
Is this the only time? Is this every... No more replays, observers. Every time we
set up for Hansama here, the snatch goes down fast.
Rob there to cover, 6K. Azir shreds this objective. 4 damage, but they're not even going to be able to get in the pit. SK, it's a little bit too late. Now G2 are set up for a great fight. Bukata getting deleted even with the ulti. Kadui throws down the ult, but it doesn't do any damage. LeBron there to block it up. Skewbot now starting to spin, and he's certainly starting to win as well. Rika running, extra shielding coming in. Needs to get the hell out, but it's not going to be enough. It just barely is. But he's barely back in his own jungle. G2, they got the objective.
That led to SK getting a few of the objectives. He's been farming up a storm, and his impact in these team fights has been undeniable.
Yeah, I mean, credit to Hansama as well, too, right? All of the kills that went over, going over to Kadui, is what brought Gold back to being close, and now he's got a 2K lead.
True.
Managed to bring it back, and this is the point where this composition is easy. Sieging with Caitlyn, Braum, Azir.
Pretty chill.
Very chill. Trap line set up.
Now Caps is onto mid here as well. And nobody's even contesting him.
5 members, it looks like they want to try and force a man advantage, but in the meantime, the price of even trying to make that play is losing tier 3 mid.
Yeah, Caps just pushes so damn fast with his Nashers too. Immediately now he's able to continue pushing, but
Reeker behind, right into Hansama. Premier target cleanse already going down, but LeBron is ready to body block the bomb, but taking even closer. Reeker can't do it. Hansama's just too damn clean. LeBron blocks what he needs to, and now Caps is looking to take out Kadui. Mid laners versus 80 carries. Mid laners not having a great time, but Caps has backup from the team. Oh, and the Caitlyn to close it!
Oh my God.
Nowhere is safe.
Getting absolutely everything. They take down all of SK. Roadshow be damned. G2 are taking the series 2-0.
No hope left to sniff, Mr. Spectra. G2.
It's been sniffed out.
Yeah, it's been sniffed out. 12K lead, G2 dominant across the series. You can nitpick all you want, but on the day, by far the better team, a clean.
A lot of individual agency.
Yes.
The talent that this team is touted with having, there's a lot of skill expression for each individual player. Their engage is in his lane because, I mean, speaking of ganks, here's Yike.
Yeah, Yike's on his way down towards the bottom side. Niski going to shake splitter, but stunned up with the Shield of Daybreak, and the Vault Breaker coming out. Niski flashes and is met with the fist of Yike. First blood to Carmine Corp. We'll see how effective he can be on this Nico, because last time we saw him on it, he didn't have the best of times.
Crucially, of course, the Poppy's value is going to come much later into the game. Getting in the way of those dashes, that Silas dash, but Yike looking once again, the stun connects.
Chain of Corruption going down onto Niski. There's Shield of Daybreak, and pop goes the Nico. Tiki going back towards the top lane. Nako is immediately met with a fist of justice. The equalizer down as well. There's a cease and desist, and Nako will fall. A bit of a greed. The only time you get no value is if you place it in a bush that you know someone's in and they immediately kill it.
Yeah, I mean, these are all great points, but I'm afraid the little number for the time being, but of course Vitality waiting for those crucial spikes, and as Hysteric said last week, Chayak basically at full build, just needs those Zerkus Greaves and he's basically good to go.
Oh, Fate Sealed, cease and desist, gonna chase him underneath the tower. There's a flash of Skondap ducked into a counter Fate Sealed. As Vladdy picks up the fourth for Carmine Corp. Now Kalist and Targums have to survive. Pop Blossom flashes forward. Kalist stunned into the wall even after his flash and his cleanse. Good dive from Vitality. Linces channels up the helicopter but walks away with it. Riftmaker trading in. Niski caught out. Zenith Blade tries to get away. Good keeper's verdict onto Targums. Linces goes in with the stun as well. Pop Blossom from Vladdy. Stolen away. The counter pop from Niski, where he's the one that goes down first. He's an assist for the chase down onto Shayak, who tried to jump the wall, but couldn't escape. Targum is still chasing into him as Shayak is taken out by Kalist. Carmine Corp come on top.
I'm not much of a reader myself.
You're just not going to pick a book.
No.
You could pick solo leveling as Yike is getting picked in the Rift Herald pit. Doesn't have a chance to get out of there. Now Rift Herald started up.
Yeah, nope, can't do that. In either way, Vitality find themselves under the pit. They are looking to get themselves the first tower of the game. That'd be a very nice pickup.
Nako going to dance forward here. Kalist is on mid tower, but with the Rift Herald charging in, that will be first tower of the game over to Vitality. Kalist has to flash away from Niski, and oh my god, he missed everything! The killer instinct's in! Okay, Kalist was feeling himself, but I'm pretty sure he needs to it before anyone from Vitality can challenge.
Easy objective secure. So KC now making their way back towards the mid lane.
I still want to come back to this book point at some point. Yeah, okay, we're just going to leave it.
All good. The outer towers become the next main focus for both sides. Of course, there's a lot of melee champions on both sides, which does make sieging a lot harder. You kind of need to win a fight, or you need to cross-map in order to secure these objectives. Linces has spotted Kalist out.
Flash, looking for the knock into the wall, cleanse away. Keeper's verdict coming out as well. But now Linces is on the wrong side of the rift, collapsed on alongside Niski. There's a Shield of Daybreak. Kalist survives well. Vitality lose 2 for deigning to kill Kalist.
It was a very overforced play.
Yeah.
The fact that Linces also didn't even connect the stun, Kalist reacts with the cleanse regardless, but the reality is that there were only 2 members, proper follow-up wasn't there. Vitality thought that they'd found a pick, but ultimately they fell prey to the aggression of KC themselves, looking to be another Adakan secure. That could have been a window where maybe they converted into the bot tower, but instead looking for the longer-term prize of the Adakan.
And we see how many petals as well they get from it up at the top of the mini-map. Vladdy going in with the Pop Blossom here. There's a good amount of damage. Oh, prediction on the timing for Chayak to bounce back to his soul. Vladdy gets the 1v1 solo kill. He walks back to the wave.
Yeah, and I mean, Vladdy and Yike working together flawlessly this game. Ooh, Niski, very close. I think Vladdy didn't have any vision there. Was able to keep Niski alive. Is he just gonna die?
He's just dead! Carter knocked against the wall, but he manages to flash out. Targumus looking for the flank, the Solar Flame into the equalizer. Good double keeper's verdict from Linces will keep himself alive for the moment, but he has to walk back over the fire to escape. Yike gets the kill. Vitality lose.
That's not enough, and Kalist adding insult to injury, gonna wait for the cannon minion to fall, deny that tiny bit of extra gold towards Nako. and he's going to secure the tower for KC.
Down
there, really?
He got the root though.
Back to life.
He got the root onto Carter, cease and desist onto Linces. He's dead now, you have to feel. As Yike will claim his 4th of the game. Chayek unbinds his soul and sees that his blue buff has been removed from the rift. Niski walking in with the clone. The shape splitter will only spot out Carmine Corp stealing away more of the junk.
I mean, Vladdy and Yike, they're just padding out the stats now, roaming around as a dynamic duo, constantly finding pick after pick. The gold gap continues to grow as Nako trying to get something back on the side lane.
Push forward as Vitality have cut off the rest of his team. Naka goes in, first needlework doesn't connect, but the second should. There's the equalizer. Kana though has a stopwatch and Targus jumps with Kazi. Cleanse away from Kazi. Kana down first. Targus looking for the solar flame, but Kazi has the fancy feed on Yike Corp with a fake seal. Pop Blossom coming out as well. As Targus goes down, Vitality are going to get 3 out of this, and they don't lose a man. Callista and Vladdy unable to respond in time.
KC, by reacting to keep their top laner alive, end up handing over 3 kills to Vitality and an exposed dragon. No jungler alive, but Vladdy, he's feeling himself.
He's got the killer instinct. Pop Blossom, in fact, was the one he stole away. He gets in, Niski's down, the Drake's still there as well. Oh, they've just done it! They deleted them in front of the home crowd. 4-0 from Vladdy and Callista.
In the 2 versus...
those petals, 33 for them right now. Baron has been begun. Vitality looking to challenge. Niski has no flash to get in here with the Pop Blossom, and they turn on him immediately. He will use his ultimate, but to no avail. The sure, I want to have to deal with him diving onto the back line. Now has that Zhonya's, still has 10 stacks on his Dark Seal. Blue on the menu as he jumps onto Niski. Steadfast Presence coming out. The Pop Blossom used purely to disengage, and the re-engage comes out. Let's put the Nico on the bench, eh? Let's put her on the bench, Niski. Hasn't worked out for you too well this game, as Vladdy's Pop Blossoms have been doing much more work.
I mean, I do think that Niski's had some pretty good plays
Oh,
this
there have been some good moments.
KC they have been merciless with their aggression. Vladdy on the flank has the Nico ult himself.
He's in prime position to jump in.
He's waiting for the Linces W to be used.
Pop Blossom, abscond abduct onto Kazi, and even though he's knocked away, Kazi is sent packing. Chayek trying to get in, Vladdy just catching the wave. He knows that the only keepers of justice here are Carmine Corp. 22-7 now at the 29-minute mark.
It's another slaughter with another great engage.
Nako, no.
He's trying to get something, but
What's he trying to get? Maybe trying to get Callista, can't quite do it. Callista survives.
He was down close.
He was close. He was close.
Callista gonna have to go back to base with that one. Vitality do not have the numbers to contest.
It's a Mortal Kombat.
There's no...
Can you remember the Mortal Kombat theme song?
But maybe it was, considering how close Callista was to losing his life.
Also, it just feels really good as the support to be like, I was hiding in the bush all along. Here I am. Drake has been started. Ooh, dodge there from the Void Seeker, but Callista, he gets it! He kills off Nako. Almost dead himself, but he survives. Kazi, Vladdy, he was invisible, Vladdy! You gotta stop doing this, Vladdy! It's incroyable from Vladdy! He's built a wall and he's making Vitality pay for it. That wall is damn blue today for Carmine Corp.
Kill after kill. The flash in from Yike
just keeps going. The equalizer as well on Linces. He can flash away, but I don't think even the safety of his base remains to him anymore. Carmine Corp gets soul, they win the kill, they get an ace, they win the fight, and they should take the base of Vitality.
Nothing but a slaughter from KC. There was one good fight from Vitality, but it was not enough.
I mean, that's a demolition. The explosiveness of Carmine Corp over the last 3 minutes or so.
Bound to your R key. When pressed in conjunction with another, can create some cool effects. And Casey's composition is quite good at that. It is rather good at that. The advantage that Vitality would have, it would be really bad for his bot lane. So by doing this, he's in a position to cover his camps, and he's in a position to protect from the dives. Flash in.
Flash, Shadowing Strike, double stun, double knock him as well. Kazi low, down to half HP, and now has nowhere to go. The Hounds will chase him down. Niski heals, trying to run away from Yike, who eviscerates him, but Only down to Corp is, do you bail them out or do you continue to play? Stun there on Nucko. Lincers flashes forward to get in range for the audacious charge, and Kana has no place to go. Lincers gets Vitality on the board.
Nice gank, decent control back over the game. Of course, Kalist still finds himself with a small gold lead for now, but the fact that Lincers finds that gank in the top lane, the poke damage that's coming through onto Kalist.
Oh, Vladdy. We thought maybe it would be Yike going for the gank, but it's Vladdy instead. Niski does still have the flash here. Vladdy, Niski's out of vision, but Vladdy flashes forward. The Rune Prison enough. He chucked out the Flux and took down Niski. Now the crash down from Targamas as they look for Kazi as well, who has the flash, who has the barrier. Vladdy gets in range for the Rune Prison. Targamas looking for the CC, just baiting Kazi in. Remounts, Kazi's down, Targa gets the kill.
A massive overstep from Kazi. He still had the flash available as well, and he just hands over another kill. The Vitality bot lane becoming the target for KC in this series, and Yike uses that as an opportunity to set his sights onto top lane, looking for another cover. Oh,
nice Maelstrom out. Nucko still stunned underneath the tower. Doesn't go mega in time. Yike gets about 1,500 gold, the lead for them. Lincers is going to be able to take this Drake without too much contest from Carmine Corp. Targamas is waiting around the corner but realizes the rest of his team's nowhere near, so he does just back away. Kazi and Niski spotted on vision. Yike, oh, just a bit early on the smite, and it's Lincers who secures the red. Blast Cone, oh, Magna Storm in the Blast Cone forward from Carmine Corp into the middle of 3. Chayak falling low, Kazi in the midst of them all as Yike flashes away, but Niski gets the kill. And now the curtains open, they might close on Carmine Corp. They blasted in and then blasted back off to the fountain. Kalist follows suit, and just as we say, the Carmine Corp are playing.
Some of those first major items are now being completed. Kazi still a ways away from the Collector.
Shadowing Strike coming out, there's the Weavers will follow up, and you can see with the Crescent Guard down, where you're gonna go, Targamas knocked back, jumped into the wall and taken out by Vitality.
It's a quick collapse, though turns into another pick, should set up for the Dragon, as Vitality threatens on the Kalist in mids. I think this is gonna be, I don't know if Vladdy can make the same highlight play that he did in the previous game.
It would be a bit of a tricky one, considering he's got 1 stack on his Rod of Ages and 201 stacks on his tier. I think for now they're going to give up the Ghost on this Drake. Vitality will...
in the mid game this time, their aggression was a little bit too early on the bot side of the map. And we'll see how much it ends up costing them as...
Hana probably thinks he has lethal there. Slicing Maelstrom out. Nucko still has the flash, but look at how much damage is already in the back of that. Nah, that was both Kana and Vladdy not speaking English, I think, on the rift right now. Great play all round from Kana. Gets himself a tower, a 1.5k gold lead now for him. Kazi opening up in the mid lane. Yike coming in as well. Call of the pack, chucks some hounds onto Niski, but then has to jump away. I think Kana's ultimate comes up just as this fight begins. So the question is, do Vitality have the timer on that? Seismic shove back on Targamas. Realm Warp coming in. There's the curtain call. Targamas able to flash away behind Yike. Bullet time in as well, but the Crescent Guard stops it from Lincers, who flashes the wall himself. Yike falling low. Lincers the first to go down, though, as Yike is able to dodge away. Seismic shove on the Vladdy will take him down. Now a Weavers will forward as Kana goes back in with a slicing Maelstrom and absolutely nukes Niski. Now it's looking for Kazi off towards the top side. Chayak able to get a kill. Kana locked up by Nucko against the wall. Kazi will kill him off. It's a triple for Chayak. Kana hit with a wallop. Kalist was able to kill off the enemy mid right at the last moment. Kalist stepping on vision as he steps up towards that mid lane. Should be able to clear out this wave, but the Rift Herald will still get its charge in. Now the Weavers will down. Realm Warp coming out as well to try and protect the AD carry. Not taken by anyone. Kana on vision as he looks for a flank of his own. Targamas trying to flank all the way behind the Dragon Pit right now. But Carmine Corp, having lost their mid lane tower, won't have as much pressure around here anymore. You can see Kalist having to step up. Dragon started by Vitality. Targamas out of vision in the bush. Seismic shove dodged by Kana. No flash on him, but does have that slicing Maelstrom. Targamas has no flash either. Nucko goes in. There's the Gnar back. Slicing Maelstrom only used on one. Double wallop, double stun. Double seismic shove. The Magnet Storm comes out, but it's too little, too late. Yike knocked against the wall. He'll kill off Nucko, but there's no escape for him. It's 4 for 1 for Vitality.
Exceptional patience from Vitality throughout that entire Dragon exchange. from utilizing the Rift Heralds to forcing KC out of the river to great utilization of vision control, making it so much harder for KC to face check. Step by step, Vitality picked apart KC, sees an angle onto the backline, Kana commits the ultimate, and then with the double stun, connects with the two-man knockup from Chayek, and then at this point the fight is over. And you're so reliant on Targamas to find the engage. And this man is a level 7 Rel. He melts before he even gets close enough to find a good engage. I think this Karma pick was such a great response in terms of your ability to disengage and poke. The Arakan Ace started off 3.5k HP.
Yike can just go in here, call to the pack, look for the steal, can't get it. Smited by Linsus, Yike has to flash away. The chase continues though, and there's the root, there's the Narv, and there's Yike going down. Another 2 around this Drake. They're gonna lose some waves to that mid lane towers. Vitality do have the mid prio. Kana looking for that flank, has the flash, goes into the pit, unseen by Vitality. They'll get a little bit of vision. Vladdy trying to bait Vitality forward here. Yike doing the same. Targamas goes in. There's a Magnus Storm slicing Maelstrom, but they're only going to catch onto one. Knock the next target. He's down to half. Who pops before he can go into the Meganar? And Carmine Corp have come to fight in this team fight. Kana goes down. 3 members of KC going forward as Kazi immediately flashes away. Vladdy opens up, chucking out spell blocks after spell blocks, but he's the one that falls first. A double for Kazi. Goes down after, in the end, a 3-for-2 exchange.
It's still a close fight, but KC find the fight that they've been looking for. Bit of a blunder there from Yike as he fails to get over the wall, but it doesn't matter. The dragon will be secured, the soul will be denied, and that was the engage that KC was so desperately looking for. In previous fights, Vitality had stopped Kana to getting onto any priority targets, but this time Kana got on top of Chayek, one of the biggest damage dealers on the side of Vitality. But they're immediately setting their sights on the Baron quite deep. A lot of summoners were used. Kalist Flash is gone, Vladdy Flash gone, and crucially, Kana's Flash is gone. So now they're going to have to wait a long time. And I mean, we work with Odo Omne a lot, and he's talked all about this. Kennan's value is so much determined by that Flash.
He's like any support.
Yeah.
How often do you have the Flash? Also, you can't really take Hex Flash on him. Makes him a little bit weaker as a champion. He's going to spot out Niski, though. Shuriken doesn't quite connect. Have to work his way away because Linsus is here to play. Almost 3 items on Kana. Importantly for him, Kazi doesn't have Flash, Linsus doesn't have it, Nagnako, Niski, none of them have that summoner. Kana now trying to get out of here, does have the teleport, will use it early. Should be able to escape. Good dodge out, TP's up. Oh, by the way, everyone's in the bot lane, guys. Let's just do the Baron bullet time to open it up. And immediately Carmine Corp, oh, Kana! He baits everyone down the Weaver's wall coming out as Vitality want to take the fight afterwards. Nagnako doesn't have a TP, he stays towards the bottom side. There's a slicing Maelstrom! He doesn't need Flash to get in the back line! Come up here! I have a bit of electricity for you, says Kana. Chases in, lands the stun onto Chayek as Targamas dives forward. Takes the tower, the Hounds pursue them! Linsus will find one, but he dives back into his demise! And it's all gone tipsy-turvy! It's all gone on its head for Vitality! As KC get the Baron, get 3 kills, and are looking for an inhib.
It's such a rookie mistake by Vitality to send your jungler bot with the Baron available and no way to answer. KC may even be looking to end the game.
Kazi's up in 9. I don't know. Is this greedy from KC?
Yes, it is.
First Nexus Tower, their target. Vladdy coming in and land the root on Nagnako. Kazi begins to open up. Kalist is down. 1, 2. Oh, just out of range for Yike and Vladdy. Nagnako still chasing forward. Vladdy able to sidestep Nagnako's.
Vitality, if they can get this soul, of course there are still ways for them to win this game. It is
I think they're going tier 2.
Yet. Not a terrible play, because it's going to make it very difficult for KC to get back. They do, of course, have the Rise ultimate. They're going to use it to look for a pick.
They go in onto Niski. Hound's pursuit. He's rooted with the Rune Prison, and that prison will be his grave. Tier 2 falls in the middle.
It's KC that have position. You'll notice that it's completely dark on the top side of the map.
Weaver's wall flash forward from Linsus, looking for Targamas. He'll find him. Stopwatch from Chayek. Magnus Storm from Targamas doesn't really do too much, nor does the bullet time. Linsus going back in. Call of the pack out from Yike, but he almost dies. Has to flash the wall. Nagnako going for Vladdy. Slicing Maelstrom only onto Nagnako, who flashes away himself. He's rooted and stunned up. Good long range deadly flourish from Kazi. Catches Kana, but can't take him down. A 1-for-1, a 2-for-1. In fact, the exchange as Yike died towards the top side. Not quite sure how that happened.
Yeah, I thought that he'd flashed away into the red pit and gotten away to safety.
Yeah, same.
But I think Kazi's ultimate is actually what finished him off. So with the jungler gone, this Baron now becomes a real threat for KC. Vitality
Kana TP.
does have it available. He's committed it. The fog of war.
Seismic shove onto Vlad. He has the Zeus. Just enough shielding to keep him alive for now, but not when Kazi begins to open up. Kazi now 9, 4, and 8 on this Jhin. Targamas back alive, has the flash. Magnet Storm on its way back up.
So much time is being spent kind of controlling the river. Kazi, remember, on this Jhin isn't the fastest Baron taker either. And with Yike on his way, it's just going to be kills for Vitality. Or do I have to? Yep, I will have to hold my breath as Vitality's going to start
Monge
this one
those
off.
words, Vetti. Monge them good. And as Vitality have decided, this is the time to play the Baron. TP comes in, throw water to the back of the pit. No flash for Kana. Yike still a while away. We need to get there quicker, but can't get in range in time. Vitality secure
the two teams. KC looking to win the series as Vitality looking to keep the series going.
Actually, a really nice unraveled earth there from Shayak onto Kana as he went forward. The Hexac Rocket Belt is a dash, and so he was stunned during that dash, meaning he couldn't chase any further. Really nice stuff as Vitality are giving up the Ghost on the Drake. They know it's only the third for Carmine Corp. Carmine Corp accepting the exchange of top inhib for a Dragon. You've seen taking an inhib doesn't win you the game, but the top one is a valuable prize. KC will be able to defend those skills into skills needed to be a support. Carmine Corp a little bit late to playing around their top lane inhibitor tower. Won't be here to defend it in time. Knuckle on that front line. TP coming out from Shayak as he realizes Kana has a Seeker's Arm Guard. Yike goes up, comes down, puts some damage onto Knuckle, but Shayak now shepherding in that mid lane wave. Makes it harder. You've got to defend on two fronts. If you're Carmine Corp, Kazi goes in. Should take the inhib. KC have lost 2 inhibitors now. Top back up in 3 minutes time. Both the mid lane is basically there as well.
It's one of the problems with Kennen. The later the game you go, it just becomes so much harder to have a high value ulti. Yep. All the summoners are up. Kana, let's see if you can do it.
Okay, Vladdy's on a bit of a flank position here, currently catching the mid wave. Kana's going to be spotted out by that ward behind the pit and will clear it out himself. Vladdy TP's down. Niski.
Big hits onto Niski. TP comes through.
A large chunk with the double up. Is it just a smite fight? Wave in mid is neutral. Top wave, no supers there. Someone could be in the back of the pit. Vladdy, oh, they're looking for it. They're looking for the Realm Walk combo. Vladdy and Kana going in, but Targamas is caught. Bullet Times opens up. There's the curtain call. Weaver's Wall out. Kana goes in with a slicing Maelstrom, only onto Nako. Targamas caught towards the top side. Nako knocks 2 into the wall. Kazi flashes forward and one's down already. Yike almost the second to fall. He's able to run away from Nako. The Drake secured by Kalist. KC lose 2, but do manage to get the soul. Yike spotted out in the pit. Will he get away in time? Niski's going to chase Targamas. Kalist will get back. Niski a little bit too deep here, you got to feel. Uses the Manjin in a flame. He buys a lot of time. Double TP's in. 8 seconds before Yike and Targamas are back. Kalist has no bullet time to clear the wave. There are mites here as well, but they make it rain enough. Yike and Targamas now here to join their comrade in arms. The GA popped. The wave under the tower, enough. The wall-up hits. Nako goes in. Double Gnar from him. There's the stopwatch we were talking about into the cyclist job. And Vitality have done it. They fought back and they'll even out the series against Carmine Corp at 1-1.
An incredibly hard-fought battle from Vitality. From a catch into a throw into another catch. But solid front to back with decent side lane options thanks to the Jax and the ability of Pantheon to be able to ulti onto a side lane, and of course with both Victor and Kog'Maw.
And then they made it all Arcane-y.
Yep.
So it's Arcane Storm now instead of Chaos Storm. As Niski has to flash. A couple of auto attacks here. Kazi falling low as well. Cleanse away from Kalist. Kazi stunned, immediately cleanses himself. Targamas now doesn't have a flash and doesn't have a leg to stand on.
With all this information that's happening on the bot side of the map, Yike is fully aware that he can secure this dragon completely uncontested.
Manages to get it. Linces all the way on the top side of the map. Just picked it. Yes, he did.
But I don't think he did it on the Nami. In any case, right now we have Lintus hovering bots.
Oh, here we go. Glacial Prison. Well, it's going to get a slow on Targamas. There's the Aqua Prison as well as they manage to kill off the Braum. Grand Starfall in by Yike. Niski needs to work on that positioning. He's caught out a 1-for-1. And Targamas on their way across. Naknako no flash. Niski does have his back up. Flash from Yike past the Aqua Prison. Naknako down. Yike gets his second. Niski unable to help his top laner any further.
A quick collapse comes through from Casey's jungle support duo. Targamas, maybe a little too deep.
Okay.
The swap has come through from Kalista. He's on his way to top lane. Level 6, close for both supports. The Grubs will be abandoned, though.
Towards that, Drake, as you say, still about 10 seconds away, Betty.
Nensis choosing not to reset after Grubs. He did his red into his bot camps. Now he's going to be in position as everyone arrives.
Naknako with the World Ender. There's a Grand Starfall. Niski, the bubble a mile wide from anything, really. Niski goes down. TP in from Shayak, but no CC to lock him up before he jumps away. He brings down a star. It's more of a damp squid than anything else. Targamas locked up with a Glacial Prison, though, and doesn't have the opportunity to move before he is...
It's just simply a matter of kills, trading back and forth. Objective very even. The stun, very close. Is this a dive, though? I think it is.
I don't even think it needs to be a dive, Betty. Shayak walks back into the Arcane Storm. Vladdy gets the kill. As Yike had the CC. Lince's looking for Yike across the wall here. The Aegis Assault is a lot, but there's a Heart Steel stack onto Yike. Gravity Well coming down. Lince's flashing forward for a little bit more. Niski flashes in as well. Lands the bubble. Shut down for Lince's. Targamas coming across, but great realization from Lince's that he can win out.
Bot lane swapping a lot. This is also something we've seen a decent amount from KC. They will just continue to move their bot lane to where they feel it's the safest, even if it gets them a small advantage. Admittedly, right now, the goal... Ooh, Kana.
That's a bait. Glacial Prism going in. Lince is going there. Glacial Fisher coming out. Kana flashed away from the Q3 and gets the auto off just in time. Grand Starfall down. Yike and Targamas now need to retreat because Linces is here alongside Niski. Permafrost into the Aqua Prison. Targamas trying to turn it back around onto Linces, and they both dodge the player of the Northern Winds, but Linces has got one. They're looking for the melee autos here. The Aqua Prison lands again. Yike, though, will get a counter kill, and now we'll try and chase down Niski. Does he have the mana to do much? Niski sidesteps, Prison just short, the bubble doesn't connect, but
Niski's gonna get him.
Tidecaller's blessing isn't enough. Yike, he gets him, Eben Flow. Eben, no.
But Chayek just picks up another kill.
Oh, Yike goes in, Niski.
That was spearfishing, done right.
I'm gonna say that's how you don't use the tidal wave, right? It's a Pantheon in my face. Drake begun by Carmine Corp.
Admittedly, the flash was committed by Yike.
True.
So that potential play is not going to be available for the next 5 minutes, but it will be a dragon secured. And I will say I'm loving the aggression we've seen from both junglers this series. Both Linces and Yike really putting their all, especially now that we've entered the mid-game.
Targamas has Glacial Fisher available.
Targamas looks very squishy with these items right now.
TP, but it's already gone, no? Rift Tower secured. Chayek has the Skies Descend, that empowered ultimate, but no place to use it. Glacial Prison going out onto Vladdy. There's the tidal wave follow-up. Yike trading towards the top side, and Naknako will keep him in the midst of the fight. Yike's gonna fall. So Vitality do find one out of using that teleport.
So at the very least, they get a pick. Thank you for that rendition.
Oh, it was solid, right? Okay, so what have we got? Well, we've got Targamas flashing onto Kazi. Flash follow, cleanse from Kazi to try and get away, but there's no escape for him.
Nice flash there by Targamas.
He's done that a few times this game, and often it hasn't worked out.
Yeah, I will admit.
So that's the one where he's tricked them the entire game till this point.
It's a long play.
Yeah. Riptide used towards the mid lane to try and take down this tier 1. Naknako here to defend alongside the rest of Vitality, and they'll manage to do so. The Singularity grouping up those minions, and then the Breath of Life. Just working
Kana once again finds himself in a side lane, chipping away at these towers. I should say chunking away at these towers. He looks like a demolition ball.
Nice.
Given his itemization, he's going to get himself another tower. He can choose the base, and I wonder if he can get a cheeky upgrade in. Oh, no, they're just going to get the dragon. Never mind.
I mean, I think KC kind of gave this one up.
It looks like it, yes. I was already setting up in my head. I was like, okay, he's going to go back, TP, ready for the fight, and instead they're going to be like, right, okay, you take dragon, we'll take Atakan.
Yep. There we go.
I will say, I don't think Atakan is that big of a deal. That's my take on it.
You say that to his mum.
Okay.
His mum loves him.
Okay.
His whole
I didn't say that he
world.
wasn't doing his best.
That he's not that big of a deal.
Apparently not commentate League of Legends, so I have no idea what we're doing.
Okay, well, let's lock back in, Betty, okay? We're 22 minutes in, and Kazi is being caught out, and Kazi is dead. Niski, short to follow, as Targamas and Kalist begin to open up. The sky is distend. Targamas trying to get away from the Inferno. Jason was spanned beside Kalist. Now Linsus running for the hills as Kana doesn't quite have the leap strike range to get on towards the Vitality jungler. Pings down towards the bot lane tier 2 as KC realize they can play on 2 lanes at once, but it looks like they just want to crack this mid tier 2. Vladdy and Targamas stepping forward. Kalist taking the long route away. Linsus here will dash in. Is there any follow-up from KC? Chayak going forward. There's the Glacial outside the Gravity Well. Onto Linsus. Follow-up from Yike and Kalist now on a killing spree. 3 quick kills out of this exchange for the dog. Kana gets more in the bot lane.
It's a single misplay from Kazi. Like, he Valkyries in, anticipating a play to come through from his team. Oh, Kana goes in, and he goes right back out.
Okay, our casting, Mad Cloud Jake as well in a minute 35, but it would only be the 3rd for KC. As much as you say Ardakan isn't as big of a deal these days, I agree with you generally, but you can see 35 petals now for KC. That's a lot of extra experience they've been able to gain. Unbreakable coming out from Targamas. Fisher splits the uprights. Niski going in as well as Naka tries to dive onto Kalist on the back line. Needs another auto attack to take down the dog, and he won't get him. Kalist survives. And now the collapse continues from KC. The Arcane Storm on Chayak, he has to flash away from it. Only Linsus and Chayak left alive.
The mechanics from Kalist in that play were out of this world. The fact that he held his ground, the fact that he held his cleanse for as long as he did, and he ends up getting a double kill in that scenario was absolutely crazy. Great play from Targamas, being the support that he very much needed to be to keep his AD carry alive. And while the supports were very much the target throughout the early game, Targamas comes up clutch here towards the end.
When they get that bound, have another look at this. Targamas gets in, jumps on Kalist as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and so that's why he chooses not to cleanse. So that was crucial because Aatrox finds a flank angle onto the back. So
the question is, how many waves can Carmine Corp play on? You can see the pings happening towards the top lane wave. They're like, we can play off this one. That's where Vladdy is moving up to right now. They've already pushed through mid, so they're looking for the tier 2 in top. Carmine Corp though, because of the singularity. Like, there's too much wave cliff and vitality for you to effectively play just one lane. Now, because they have to split up a little bit here with Kana drawing attention towards the mid lane inhibitor, then Carmine Corp can push through mid and actually get push through top, and actually get some damage down. With there being no wave on mid right now, I expect this wave in top is going to be cleared out pretty sharpish.
That's the ulti available. The wave clear is just not enough. The double cannons chipping away at the HP of the tower. As well, Kana in mid lane. I mean, Vitality just don't have the wave clear needed to defend their base.
Man down as well right now as Nuko pushed through the bot side. Kana goes in, lands the stun onto Chayak. They're looking for the follow-up. Skies descend. Does manage to get the knock-up on a couple of members of Carmine Corp, but not much doing there for Chayak. It was more defensive than anything else. Now, Carmine Corp did push too greedily in game 2 and cost themselves the game in the end. Targamas now dashing forward. Singularity onto Kalist. Nuko going in, but he's stunned immediately as Kalist goes unstoppable. Carmine Corp still a man to the good. Kalist down at half HP though. Have a huge amount of life steal. There's a Grand Starfall as they dive towards the back line. Linsus flashing away, but the Nexus towers go down. And in sub 30 minutes, Carmine Corp will take the series on home ground.
A single good fight in the mid lane was all they needed to close this one out.